Nonsense. It would be swell for private companies to take over launching astronauts, but they cannot do it. It's too expensive. It's too experimental, and the safety standards for getting people up and down reliably are just unreachably high. This quote from Crothamer, a critic of Obama's plan to outsource some of NASA's functions to private sectors, is naming just a few of the risks and downsides to NASA partnering with private enterprises for funding of space exploration. Good morning. Today my partner and I will be debating the resolution resolved that the U.S. federal government should substantially increase space exploration through support for private enterprise. Substantially means of ample or considerable amount, quantity or size, and private enterprise means economic activity undertaken by private individuals or organizations under private ownership, both defined by dictionary.com. Also, the word sector can be used interchangeably with enterprise. To start off, we have to look at how successful the space shuttles and other machines private enterprises will create can be. If we take a look at the past, the number of failures and money wasted is enough to realize something is not working. The Lockheed Martin's X-33, Rotary Rocket, Beale Aerospace, Rocket Plane Kistler, Blue Origin, and the DCX are just some of the examples of the failures. The Lockheed Martin's X-33 design was chosen to replace the space shuttle in 1996, but it was canceled in 2001. Before it was canceled, it cost the government $912 million and Lockheed Martin $357 million. The Rotary Rocket, which promised to revolutionize space travel, closed down in 2001. In 1997, a Texas banker named Andrew Beale announced that his firm was going to build a new, large rocket. They closed down in 2000. In 2006, Rocket Plane Kistler won a share in a NASA program designed to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. When the company did not meet a financial milestone the next year, NASA withdrew financing. Blue Origin, a secretive spacecraft development firm owned by Amazon.com, uses concepts and technology for reusable vehicles. In the early 90s, they set up the DCX, which was destroyed in a landing accident. The Clinton administration was happy to cancel it after the accident. In addition to unsuccessful missions, safety is an issue. The GAO, or Government Accountability Office, report stated that a NASA legal analysis of the benefits and risks associated with private enterprise had determined that the agency would be unable to meet its human spaceflight safety requirements under Space Act agreements. Senator Hall explained the disadvantage of using private companies is that NASA cannot completely impose its safety requirements, as would be possible under a normal acquisition. Money goes hand in hand with success. If the vehicles do not succeed, they cost more money. At the 2010 Senate hearings, Kernan testified that private companies underestimated the complexity and length of the process of developing safe and capable spacecrafts. He continued to say all of this will lead to unplanned delays, which will cost American taxpayers billions of unallocated dollars. This means these private companies are not prepared for what is to come, which will lead to taxpayers paying a lot more money that was not specifically set aside for space exploration. Going back to the chain reaction, it starts with the private companies being ill-prepared for the difficulties they may face, which leads to more failures, which leads to more money needing to be spent to fix the problems. Fits right into the examples of the failed missions. The Lockheed Martin's X-33 cost the government $912 million and Lockheed Martin $357 million, and was still shut down. The SpaceX, which was created by Elon Musk, the creator of PayPal and Tesla, the electric car company, has created a space shuttle named the Falcon 1. The initial starting price was about $6 million, and now has risen to $11 million. Their other shuttle, named the Falcon 9, was estimated to cost about $300 million, and is now at $1 billion. There are two sides to private-public enterprise that are in constant conflict with each other. On one hand, there are private enterprises like SpaceX, and on the other hand, there are others who would like to have the government continue doing what the private industry says it's ready to do. There are pros and cons to each side, private versus public. But with all this conflict, some of the focus is taken from the actual space exploration and instead placed on who should be funding it. The other option is for them to come together. However, as we have seen in the public partnership fiasco Lockheed Martin's X-33 design, which was chosen to replace the space shuttle before it was canceled, cost the government $912 million and Lockheed Martin $357 million. In conclusion, there are many reasons why we should keep the status quo the way it is and not increase private enterprise. Countless failures, endless costs that continues to ruin our economy, and the constant conflict between private and public enterprise and the partnership of both are just a few reasons. Don't fix what is not broken. Vote negative.